Hey everybody, how are we doing tonight? Can you guys hear me okay? You guys can hear me? Okay. It's nice to be here. It's really nice to be here. I love doing shows around DC. I've been doing comedy for a few years now. But full time, how I earn my living, I actually work as a barista. And sometimes people don't really take that seriously because it's like a service job. They don't really give me a lot of credit. Being a barista is the most legal approach that you could take to drug use. Okay? Caffeine is so addictive, and it's completely illegal, and nobody ever talks about it. Being a barista is the same as being a drug dealer, and I know this because if you take any sentence that a coffee drinker has ever said, replace the word coffee with heroin, all of your sentences still make sense. For example, I can't start my day without my coffee. I get really tired and sluggish if I don't have some coffee to perk me up in the afternoon. And my personal favorite, I spend so much money on coffee per month that it would just be cheaper and more effective to start making it at home. Are you guys, thanks for laughing at that one. Are you guys coffee drinkers or heroin users? Yes. And since I work in a coffee shop, a lot of customers come in with their dogs and they get their coffee to go. And sometimes I get to pet the dogs. Best part of the job. It's a really nice break from dealing with all the junkies, you know what I mean? Recently I went to go pet a customer's dog, but as soon as I reach over to pet the dog tries to sniff my crotch, like right away. So either this dog can smell that I was on my period, or it's one of those therapy dogs that can really sense when somebody needs help. So one of my biggest pet peeves is snaking the hair out of my drains in my sink and in my bathtub. Yeah, because I have a lot of hair, so I lose a lot of hair, and a lot of it, I have to do it pretty often. Snaking your drains is like an assault on all of your senses. It's so nasty. Like it smells gross, and it just looks so slimy, and it feels slimy, disgusting. Don't even get me started on the taste. And once I hear it talking, then I know I'm going crazy, right? Are you guys familiar with the phrase, it's a free country? Like, oh, it's a free country, I do what I want. I really hate when people say that, okay? Because that phrase is only ever said by assholes who are about to say the most offensive shit ever, and they just want to cover it up. Like, oh, it's a free country, I say what I want. I've never heard anybody say, it's a free country, and then follow that up with something nice. Never heard it happen. I've never heard anybody say, oh, it's a free country, I do what I want, God gave me free will, and I'm going to use it to donate to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I've been doing comedy since I was like 17, and now I'm like 22, so I've got quite a bit of experience. I still get really bad stage fright. I'm not very confident in myself. I realized that men are just as a whole way more confident than women are. Women, we need to step it up because I don't think women are confident enough in ourselves. Men, just on average, are way more confident. How did I learn this? Observing homeless men. Homeless men, these are men with no money, no resources, still way more confident than I could ever be in my entire life, okay? Like one time I walked past this homeless guy and he was asking me for money and I ignored him and I kept walking and he yelled at me and he said, "You fat bitch. You go home and you run on the treadmill, you fat bitch." So I said, oh, at least one of us is eating. Have a blessed night, sir. One time, I gave a homeless guy $5, and then he asked for my phone number and asked to go on a date with me. It depends on who's paying, you know? Just yesterday, I walked past this homeless guy who was asking me for money, and I ignored him, and he yelled at me, and he said, "I hope you have a bad weekend." I may be having a bad weekend, but I can think of somebody who's got it worse. Society is obsessed with sex. You guys ever think about that? Sex is everywhere. Sex is in the television we watch, and the movies we see, and the music we listen to. It's everywhere. Like, one time I was on the bus, and this other guy was on the bus with me. And he was singing along really, really loudly to this music that he was playing out of his Bluetooth speaker, like the really great undiscovered music artists do. This one lyric that he kept repeating was, "I will make you feel like a virgin again." And while I was listening to him sing this song, this lyric, "I'll make you feel like a virgin again," it really got me thinking about society's, obsession with sex. And while he was singing, he really did make me feel like a virgin again. Because I was scared. And really, really confused. Thank you for laughing at my jokes, guys. It's not easy being a woman in comedy, because there's that stereotype that goes around that, like women aren't funny. I have a coworker who one time he said to me that women are rarely ever funny, and he said, if you ever do find one of those rare funny women, they are also crazy, like type 1 level crazy. Real quote. And I was offended, so I said to him, "Don't say that to me again, or I'll gouge your fucking eyes out." And you may be thinking, that's kind of a mean thing to say. But it's a free country. And I say what I want. Thank you. That's my time.